That's not the real story. And one of the reasons we have that misconception is because the women's suffrage movement really grew out of the abolition movement. And so there is this assumption that white women who were working for suffrage, who started their work with the abolition movement, were racially enlightened. And in some ways they were, but once the women's suffrage movement became its own movement after the Civil War and Reconstruction, there was an enormous amount of racism within it. And it happened in a variety of ways, but largely what happened is that the organizations that came together of white women, they either didn't prioritize those agenda items that black women cared about, such as lynching or white-on-black sexual violence, and so they wanted the black women to either be quiet within the movement or they didn't let them in the movement. And an example of this is in the 1913 suffrage parade, which was the first real march on Washington. White women told black women to walk at the back of their respective delegations. And so Ida B. Wells was asked to walk in the back of the Illinois delegation, and she absolutely refused. She said, I will do no such thing, and some other African-American women joined her in the front of that delegation, but that's an example of ways in which black women were really pushed out.